because Indeedee is going to follow me, take the bait, get jumped by the monkey, watch me sash. Thank God. And as long as Mousehold hits all of its hits, we're in the complete driver's seat here. Hey everybody, welcome back to another VGC video showcase, and today we are going to be showcasing a team that I've been using for the past, I want to say a little over 2 months now. I've been using it in every single GC, and it's got pretty reasonable results both times, besides, playing some pretty poor matches in the last one, due to lack of sleep. PSA guys, please get some adequate rest no matter what tournament you're doing, what kind of event you're doing. Please, 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 just for your own sake and your own mental safety, please do that. Okay, so let's break this team down real quick. This team is obviously Rain with a couple of nasty little additions. As you can see, we have False Ape instead of your standard Mousehold Annihilate set. It is actually an hyper offensive Mousehold. Well, not hyper offensive, but it's an offensive support Mousehold with Technician, Wide Lens, Population Bomb, Bite, Encore, Protect. It's kind of your standard Mousehold nowadays. Next to a Choice Scarf Annihilate with Coaching, Shadow Claw, Close Combat, and Final Gambit. Absolutely insane Pokemon. I enjoy using this thing. It's a lot of fun. It gets some really nasty KOs, especially when the opponent really expects, okay, so they're gonna go for a beat up, Rage Fist set. We can follow me. It's also really good for breaking down Psy Spam. Let me just start breaking this down a little bit. This is a great anti-Psy Spam lead, especially Indeedee Hatterene, Indeedee, Delphox, Indeedee, pretty much Indeedee anything. Indeedee anything. It gets shut down pretty fast. Because, the Choice Scarf Annihilate outspeeds everything and just goes right into the Final Gambit, shutting it down. Also disrupting the Follow Me that Mousehold can turn around and just Population Bomb into, getting rid of anything that isn't resistant, essentially. I'm trying to think of anything that could really also go for you got to worry about ghost types admittedly with this lead. Because, yeah, you do have Shadow Claw, but Shadow Claw really isn't that good on Annihilate. Rage Fist is definitely the far superior option. But given that this is not your standard, I'm just going to nuke everything lead. Or I'm not just going to, Rage Fist everything. I'm going to nuke everything. Not Rage Fist. Shadow Claw is probably the better one, because, it's a little bit more damage right off the riff. And a chance for a higher, crit chance. So... yeah, so that's probably your best run for this. Definitely with the Mousehold, also just annihilating anything. And if something happens to Protect, it gets in the that Encore range, which is absolutely phenomenal. I love doing that because you think you could be safe, and then just boom, Encore. This is not hyper offensive. It's a support offensive. All right, and then next up, obviously we got your Raincore, Archelodon. This Pokemon needs absolutely no introduction. This is literally the most meta-defining Pokemon in this regulation. It is incredibly bulky. It can rack up damage really fast with its stamina and Electro Shot. Body Press, Flash Cannon, Draco Meteor is kind of your standard go-to. If I were to change anything, I would probably drop Draco Meteor for Dragon Pulse. That way you do have your standard, you're not losing any special attack. You don't have to spend another 2 turns building it back up. You don't have to worry about weather, or you don't have to worry about any other negative side effects. You drop the damage power for 100% accuracy. It's definitely one of those Pokemon that it's insanely good. I don't really need to describe more about this. And it's also best friends with Pelipper. And speaking of, we got our Pelipper. It's actually Hurricane, Helping Hand, Weather Ball, Tailwind, going for Helping Hand instead of Wide Guard. Wide Guard's a move that's been used a lot. Some people are also starting to pick up Hydro Pump, Quick Attack. I have seen a couple Quick Attack, which is actually not the worst idea because it's a really good one for picking up against, what's the word? Sneasler that's come down to its Sash. It's a good way to finish it off. So It's not for me, but like if that's something you want to try out, that's a little bit of an extra thing that you could do. We got Basket Legion. This is kind of your standardized Basket Legion, but like whereas most people run like Jolly and stuff, we are actually running Choice Band. Choice Band Adamant. That's what I meant to say. With Wave Crash, Flip Turn, Aqua Jet, U-Turn, or Aqua Jet, and Last Respects. Not U-Turn. Why would we have 2 flips? I have no idea. I am not able to speak today. So anyways, so this is your standard Basket Legion, the Terra Water, just for that extra oomph. And it's actually hilarious because like Helping Hand Pelipper with Terra Water Wave Crash, it OHKOs everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything except like, you know, non-Terra, like multi-scale Dragonite. That's like one of the only things that can survive this. Like I've had it where it just annihilates, you know, full health Amoonguss. Back a few regulations ago, I was using this theme. It was actually in one of my older videos that it was able to like destroy Cresselia, pretty much anything like that. But you know, Cresselia is not even like a thought in this format. But it just goes to show that this Pokemon is insanely bulky, insanely powerful. It's really good, like especially if you want to like try and like lead. One of my favorite leads is Mousehold Basket Legion, and you could just flip turn into like Archelodon, and you could just like in the next turn start, you know, population bombing and proccing the stamina and everything. Like really, there's so many ways that you can lead this team, and we're not going to ignore the elephant in the room here. We do have Ceruledge. Admittedly, Ceruledge is kind of like a kind of an afterthought. Like, okay, so and the reason I say it's an afterthought is because in the first GC we were using it, and Hisuian Typhlosion was absolutely everywhere. This was a phenomenal mon because, you know, just Terra Normal, and you know, it would just completely invalidate Hisuian Typhlosion. Access to Poltergeist, Bitterblade, and Close Combat are really good. Helping Hand Close Combat does like OHKO almost every like Incineroar spread. You do got to worry about Pelipper and Bitterblade though, so like if you need Fire-type moves, if you need Fire-type coverage on a certain team, I would highly, highly, highly not recommend leading those two because it will just put you in a deficit there. Poltergeist is really good, you know, because almost every Pokemon runs items except for like the random rogue, you know, no item, Acrobatics, Talonflame. And seed spreads. So if it's a seed spread Pokemon, you're kind of up a creek. So I don't recommend it against like Sneaslers that do have like Grassy Seed or anything like that. So you do got to keep in mind. You got to keep a open like mind on this team, and this particular Ceruledge set. I do recommend maybe going Phantom Force. I think it gets Phantom Force. I don't remember. Over Poltergeist, and maybe dropping Close Combat for Shadow Sneak. That's kind of your standard one. You can also go like Swords Dance over Close Combat. You know, there's a lot of different like, you know, ways you can go about this. But honestly, the team's a lot of fun. I highly recommend trying it out. You know, I was a little hesitant to use like show it off because, well, this is a team I've been using for the past few GCs and it's been really good. And I almost wanted to use it again, but I'm like, you know what? I think it might be time for a new one in November. But I want you guys to try it out. I want you guys to have fun. You know, use a Pokemon team that it's just super consistently good throughout the meta, and if it played well, it's pretty much nigh unstoppable. I think this is about the end of this breakdown here, guys. So I would like to know what Pokemon you want to see me showcase next. If you guys do like this, don't forget to leave a like down below, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications on. We're going to go ahead and go over into some of the battles, and we will see you guys over there. Alrighty, so we have a pretty nifty Trick Room team here, guys. Alright, so I know for a fact that we can lead Falsape here. Probably Pelipper and Archelodon in the back. I think that's going to be our best options. I can't really see a good reason to use our Basket Legion here. And I can't really entirely justify bringing our boy Yeah, no, I think what we're going to do is we're going to let those two sit out this turn or this match. And it's a shame. I think I did mention it earlier that Cerulege is kind of a sigil now because Hisuian Typhlosion has dropped off something fierce, but it's still good to have just in case. All right, so here's the game plan, guys. Here's the game plan, folks. False Ape time. We're gonna pop bomb the Hatterene, and we are going to final gambit the Indeedee. Because Indeedee is going to follow me, take the bait, get jumped by the monkey, watch me sash. Thank God. And as long as Mousehold hits all of its hits, we're in the complete driver's seat here. All right. So Mousehold has successfully done that. So next up, we bring in Archelodon. The reason we're bringing in Archelodon is that way we get the Weather War. We win the Weather War because Torkoal is going to be in the back. Probably, I don't think it's going to be Hydrapple, but Hydrapple is also a very high chance too. Okay. Immediately eating my words. Oh, okay, cool. I know what's happening here. You're not going to do this to me. We're gonna pop bomb and we're gonna drop a Draco. Because I know what's about to happen and you're not gonna skill swap on me. It's such a cool, like, I know exactly what's about to happen, and it's such a cool concept. Ah, we were just shy. Thank God we doubled in. It's a good thing we doubled, folks, because that would have been really unfortunate, to say the very least. Alright, and you know what, just to rub the salt in the wound, we're going to do this, and we're actually going to swap Pelipper in, and the reason we're going to be swapping Pelipper in is because we need to get that special attack back up. Dude, Hydrapple's such a cool Pokemon. It's such a shame that, like, nobody uses it. I did try to use it, but in everybody's defense, it's a very hard mon to use. It's not something that you could just pick up. Like, it's a very fickle Pokemon. Alright, so now it is stuck into Protect. I know we're gonna bite it. We're gonna bite it because we got plenty of spare, and then we're going to Helping Hand. Just because. Okay. So battle gets canceled. There's really nothing you could do. That's why I also love this Mousehold, because, you know, it does damage. It's great for supporting Archelodon. And if you protect the front of it and you're slower, that's curtains for you. But, yeah, I like this. I can't really think of any notes that we could do to have played better. We definitely played 100% perfectly. It was a good thing we doubled into the Malamar just in case it didn't KO, you know, like it didn't. You know, we managed to land all 20 all 20 babies, but yeah, there's really no notes on that one. I think we executed that one pretty flawlessly. So yeah, let's just go ahead and move on, and we'll see you guys in the next match. Okay, so we have us a Rain Team. It's not a Rain Team. What am I thinking? It's the opposite. It's a Sun Team. Come on, you're smarter than this. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to lead Mousehold, and then we're also going to lead Honestly, I think I'm... Do I want to leave Basket Legion? See, I would be 100% unopposed to the idea of running through Ledge here, but that King Gambit and that Garchomp really, really, really make it scary. King Gambit and Garchomp make it super scary to run. So I don't think we're going to do that. I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and bring in Basket Legion with Pelipper in the back and Archelodon. I think that's going to be our best bet. Yeah, I think that's 100% going to be our best bet because as long as we got the rain, we're going to nullify the rain. Jumpluff is typically max speed. It's typically timid, max speed, with Covert Cloak. So we ain't really got much to worry about on that. We do outspeed as long as it's not in the sun. Okay, so that's fine because what we're going to do here is we're going to pop bomb you. And I know exactly what's going to happen here. So we're going to flip turn the King Gambit. We're going to take a Sucker Punch or a Protect or a swap. So they're probably going to swap King Gambit. That was probably their slowest Pokemon that they did intentionally, 100% deliberately, in order to do this. And I'm fine with that, as long as they don't Sleep Powder our Mousel. Connect the Sleep Powder, I should say. But we did call this fairly right. So we might lose it to a Leaf Storm, but honestly, at this point, that's a risk I'm willing to take. If they go for anything other than Tailwind, they're in a world of hurt here. Okay, and that's fine because they do lose Jumpluff here. If we hit all 10, of course. Okay, so there goes Jumpluff. We're gonna hit a really gnarly, flip turn here, bring in the rain. That's about half. We'll take that, especially in the sun. We'll definitely take that. So we're gonna bring Pelipper, match our own rain, or match our own weather, Tailwind, all that jazz. King Gambit probably is going to come in here and probably like Swords Dance or something. It's going to want to do as much damage as it can, as fast as it can. No, they're actually going to go Typhlosion, which is really good for us. Because we can just Pop Bomb into the Torkoals. Actually, can we Pop Bomb or do we want to Bite? They might go Terrifier. It might be Terrifier Helping Hand, but I don't think that's going to be the end all of everything. I'm actually just going to Pop Bomb into the Torkoal slot, just in case they, do anything silly. Let's go ahead and Tailwind, because that's not going to be the end of the world. Worst case scenario, we get Basket Legion in the next turn, and we just Aqua Jet, just to do extra damage. This is going to do maybe 40-50%. Okay, so they just go for the Eruption. Does a lot of damage, so I'm assuming Specs. I'm assuming Specs. It's got to be Specs at that rate. Okay, as I said, the 40-50% threshold. Perfect. So we're actually going to, we're going to Bite here. And I almost want to, I can bring in Basket Legion here. I can bring in Basket Legion. Because here's the thing, I have a feeling that they're going to just hard swap. Cool, yep. Yep. We got the tailwind up. So if this is specs, we're biting and we're doing extra damage. I didn't want to risk the pop bomb just in case he didn't terrestrialize, but you know, it's a good thing that we are just doing this better be safe than sorry situation. Oh, we got a crit. Awesome. So that's actually really good. That's still going to do a number of damage. And we do lose mouse hold, but that's good enough for me, you know. Alright, we're just going to Weather Ball the Torque Hole spot because King Gambit's going to come right into this. We're going to Flip Turn Typhlosion. And the reason we're Flip Turning Typhlosion here is because I want to get Archelodon in, because there's two ways we can go about this. Once Archelodon's in, we can start getting Electro Shots. We could start, you know, there's a lot of, like, variables we could do here. We can Body Press the King Gambit if it somehow survives. We can Draco Meteor. We can... There's, as I said, there's a lot of variables here. So Typhlosion goes down. Typhlosion is gone. Like the way of the dinosaur. We bring in Archelodon. And Weather Ball's going to do gnarly. If it's not a super bulky set, it might kill, actually. Okay, so it is just a bulky set, but that's honestly not... It's literally not even the biggest problem. It's really not the biggest problem because now we just Weather Ball it again, guaranteeing a KO. And then we could just drop a Draco on Torkoal. Or we can double into the King Gambit. Actually, that's not even a big deal. They Sucker Punch, you know, it might KO Pelipper. And it's not the biggest deal. Alright, Gambit's gone. They were probably going to go for a Katao Cleave or maybe a Swords Dance, thinking that we were going to swap out Pelipper. But I really just could not justify swapping Pelipper, knowing that, you know, we have Basket Legion in the back, we could do damage because we're not, you know, Terra Ghost, or not Terra Ghost, we don't have Ghost on our, like, lineup. You know, there was just so many things that we just did not need to swap. Alright, I'm trying to think what we could do to make that a little bit more streamlined and efficient. I can't really think of anything because, you know, really good play on their end, bringing King Gambit in the lead, because that is the slowest monster. They would win the Weather War 100% of the time. I wanted to get as much damage as we could, and we did that. We managed to get the Weather War in our favor for the most of it. And when it wasn't needed, you know, when the Weather War wasn't needed, it really wasn't needed, so... I think we did really good. I can't really think of a way to, like, streamline that a little bit more efficiently. I think what could have been really bad for us is if they went for a Sleep Powder onto the Mousehold. I think that would have been really bad because, like, that turn they could have easily, you know, put us asleep, then next turn Tailwind and just set up and cause mass problems. But that definitely did not happen, and I'm really glad that that wasn't the case. But yeah, that's 100% the way that that could have gone south. There was actually a lot of ways, like when it comes to that kind of team matchup, there are a lot of ways that that team can go sideways really quickly. But yeah, overall, I don't think there was a way that we could have streamlined this one. I think we did really good. Yeah, so we're going to get out of here. We'll see you guys in the next match. Okay, so we have, ooh, this is an interesting team. I don't know what to make of this one. Really interesting. I definitely feel that we could easily get away with going Mousehold and maybe Basket Legion. And the reason I'm saying that, we can lead these two with Pelipper in the back and then Archelodon. And the reason we do this is we could sit there and we can pop bomb, you know, Ninetales. We can flip turn onto heavier things, or we can swap out Mousehold and to Rain, get rid of the get rid of a lot of things. There's a lot of things I'm trying to justify, and I can't justify because my brain is not braining. But, you know, we lead Mousehold and we lead Basculegion because we can flip turn out of there, bring in Rain. We can also flip turn out of there, bring in Archelodon, and then, you know, pop bomb the next turn, get the boost. Like, because we can just level a lot of this stuff with Body Press. We can also, you know, swap out Mousehold to reset the weather. And set the weather in our favor. Hit with a good wave crash, flip turn, whatever it may be. Flip turn probably would be a better one because we just do damage, bring in Archelodon, and start setting up, you know, while we got the rain advantage. As I said, there's a lot of ways we can go about this one. And this is why I like this team, because it's not entirely one directional. Like this one, this was probably the worst lead for us. But it's fine because we're actually just going to bite and we're going to last respects. Like, and I know it seems unreasonable, but we can just double into the thing, prevent, you know, Trick Room. And here's the thing, the Trick Room doesn't go up. We can just encore the Protect that's probably going to come in. Okay. So we did call that, and that's really great for us. Depends on how much this bite does. Okay, that's not enough, but that's enough to pick up. That's enough to pick that up. I'll take that. I'll 100% take that. And that's why I love Choice Band Adamant. Like, a lot of people go Jolly, which is... it's valid. Jolly is very valid for this thing, but, like, I love being a little bit slower and being able to guarantee the pickups like that. Alright, there's Tyranitar. I'm not worried about Tyranitar. I'm actually, like, so unworried about Tyranitar right now because we're going to encore the Ursaluna and we're going to go ahead and bring in Archelodon. Because at this point, they're going to have to force swapping out of Blood Moon Ursaluna. We take, you know, we take at least a stamina boost unless they go for, like, some weird, like, fighting type move. I mean, Low Kick's not going to kill Archelodon because Low Kick is actually, like, super, super inefficient. Okay, but this actually works because now, as I said, Ursaluna's locked in the Protect. They have to swap. We can just beat up, well, not beat up, Population Bomb our own Archelodon and Body Press. Because even if they do Terrasilize into Flying type, we're still doing a lot of damage. And it can't do anything back to us. It's a really cool team, though. Like, I do like their team. Okay, and Dragonite. Okay, yeah, this is actually literally, like, the biggest non-issue I've seen in my life. Okay, so, and we get the boosts. We get the boosts. And now they have to swap. Because here's the thing, if it's multi-scale, we could just pop bomb it because the multi-scale is broken because of the sandstorm. You know, that's going down. Like, there's so many, like, positive variables in our position right now. And we don't even need to set up the rain. Okay. So I'm not even gonna like bother trying to encore that because, like, the smart thing would be for them to swap. Like I'm serious, you swap, right? If not, I'm actually gonna be genuinely shocked that you didn't. But either way, a body press is coming in. It's going to do a massive amount of damage because we are max like defense now. Pop Bomb is going to do an insane amount of damage to the Dragonite. We do outspeed the Dragonite outside of E-Speed. And all 10 hits will KO. And we are faster than, like, even, like, Jolly T-Tar, I believe. So I think this is going to be fine. This is actually going to be really fine. Because there was no terrestrialization. I'm really surprised he didn't swap. I mean, obviously it didn't matter, but really surprised he didn't swap. Alright, and let's go ahead and body press. We didn't even need to terrestrialize this turn, or this game either. I just noticed there was no terrestrialization. Interesting. Right. Again, I don't think there was a way that we could have streamlined that a little bit more or anything. I think we did really good by getting the bite and the final, well, not final game, but last respects into the Sinistra. Make sure Trick Room didn't go up, because if Trick Room did go up, we would have been in an absolute world of hurt. Being said, yeah, I think we played a little bit fast and loose with that. Blood Moon could have come in and wiped out, you know, either one of our Mons. Especially if it was the mouse hold, we would have been in a lot less comfortable position, because then we would have had to, like, you know, finesse our way around with weather, trying to get set up special attack wise instead of just body pressing everything. Another way we would have had of doing it is then we would have to really relied on, you know, Basket Legion picking up the KOs on Ursaluna, Basket Legion picking up the KOs on, you know, maybe Dragonite if we didn't want to, like, waste our electro shots. And just, like, you know, if they terrestrialize their Tyranitar, we would have had to have electro shot at that. You know, there was a lot of things. We did play fast and loose on that one. I'm not saying I played the most efficiently, but that was our safest bet, was to double into that and get rid of the problem. Like, get rid of speed control was our definite, like, you know, priority. But I can't really think of anything else on, you know, notes for this team. So thank you all for watching. As always, if you guys did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like down below. If you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications on. Let me know what Pokemon you want to see me showcase. And we're going to get out of here, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. But until then, y'all take it easy, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!